After the Fat Controller sent Jeremy to find Neville, finally the Fat Controller racing excitedly to see Monty. "Monty," he said, "I want you to go to the mine to collect some coal for the other engines." I'm having a day off today," said Monty, and that's engine work anyway. Where's Neville? Poor Neville is hurt," said the Fat Controller, "and the other engines have no coal. This is an emergency." "Okay," said Monty, "but it doesn't have to take all day," as he drove away. He went under the coal hopper, and they loaded in more and more coal. He had to carry 5 sips, but finally the last one was loaded in, and Monty drove away. "Finally," said Monty, "I can get some more rest," as he drove in. And then he drove away. He drove back to the yard and decided to ask the Fat Controller a question. Why wouldn't Neville fetch the coal?" he said. "Poor Neville is hurt," said the Fat Controller. "That's why I needed you." "About time," said Monty, and drove in. His operator digged more coal for the engines, and the engines have finally got enough coal. Thank you very much, Monty," he said. "That was very kind of you. And then after the engines are filled up with coal, they can start work again, and I can send someone to rescue Neville. I hope I'm really useful engine whatever I'm at. I hope they're really useful engines with whatever they might do with us," said Monty. And Monty drove away in his day off. At last, the Fat Controller decided to let Monty go along in his day off, while the Fat Controller had a special for Thomas. "Thomas," he said, "I have a special for you. I would like you to take Rocky to Neville." Yes, sir. Right away, sir," said Thomas, and chuffed away. At last, however, Thomas had Rocky with him and chuffed away. In the windy weather, the wind blew Rocky's crane arm, and Rocky's crane arm broke. Rocky was broken, and he couldn't get Neville at all. And the craters of his crane were broken. Rocky was broken, and he had to be fixed after Neville. "Oh no, Thomas," said Rocky. "My crane arm's broken," he said. "Oh no," said Thomas. "Oh no," said Thomas. "I can see that. Look at the state of you," said Thomas. You're broken." And at last they finally found Neville. "There you are, Neville," said Rocky. "When my crane arm is fixed, we'll soon have you back on the rails again." And Neville was happy indeed, but he wasn't. His buffers and his hook were missing, and now Neville was stuck. in the pond. He couldn't get out at all.